Today on the channel, we're going to do a little unboxing review and a little test and my final thoughts on the Milwaukee M18 Fuel Hacksaw. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time of the day it is that you guys are watching this video. It's time to rise and grind. So get your day started. We are here in the shop and I picked up this Milwaukee M18 Fuel Hacksaw. It's like a single-handed hacksaw. Milwaukee does come out with certain different blades that you could swap out with this, so it's just not a hacksaw. And it could also be used as a pruning saw. So what do you say we head over to the table, do a little unboxing and do a little review on this. This is just a tool only since I have a lot of batteries. So I'm just going to use the current batteries that I have. I did not get this with a package deal or anything like this. We just happened to get the tool only. So we're going to head on over to the table, do a little unboxing, and we're going to do a test on various types of material that you would either have around the shop or around the house. We'll probably do some wood, maybe a steel rod, and maybe a pipe. So just to give a little test on some of the harder things you may want to use this on, and then we'll come back to the end after the cut tests and give you my final thoughts on it, the ease and whatnot. So what do you say we head on over to the table and check this out? This is the Milwaukee M18 Fuel Hacksaw, and this is part number 2719-20, and this is, they're calling it the one-handed reciprocating saw, but I like to use something like this as the hacksaw, and it's nice because it's smaller. So outside of the regular reciprocating saw, you might be able to get this in tighter spaces. But this is just a tool only, and let's see, opening this up. What we have here, some instructions, and which is probably pretty simple to use, so we just won't use the instructions. Ooh. And here is the saw itself, and they also give you a little catalog, something like this. I believe these things you can apply to win some free tools, but it shows some of the tools pending on if it's the latest tools, some of the older stuff, because depending on when this was boxed and packaged, you might not get a view of the new stuff that's out. So we'll just throw this off to the side. So here is the saw, and definitely it's a one-handed job. It does have grip up here along the front end of it, and it says hacksaw right here. So one-handed reciprocating saw, hacksaw. I guess it's all the same maybe, but the chuck here is a twist, so it's tools free. So when you swap out the blade, and it is the brushless one. So here I have a full battery, as you see here. We are going to give this a first test here and see what it's like. There is a light up on top or up here in the front. So if it's dim or anything like that and you need to be working, gotta make sure you watch your fingers on this. But different speeds. I don't know if you can see this. So that's just putting the battery in, and this is the 5.0 battery. It does have a lock here on it, and then on the box it says, let's see here, Has the red link technology, brushless motors, and the red lithium battery pack fits the M18 batteries. So when I picked this saw up, I also got a pack of these blades to go with it, and I was looking at Milwaukee blades, and I'm pretty sure you could pretty much well use any of the blades, but in this pack of blades, it sold separately, you get the multiple different length hacksaw blades, like this one, because it's a fine tooth. This one's metal only, and then this one is for wood with nails. So, and it also comes in different lengths. So depending on the space that you're working, and then here are just some of the other hacksaw blades that comes with this kit. Like I said, this is sold separately, so I picked this up, and let's check out the ease on how easy it is to install a blade. So just getting the blade and then putting it in there, twist your handle, put it in, let it go, give a slight little tug, and let's check this out. So, matter of fact, let's check out on how long of a stroke you get on this. So we'll make this straight here, and let's check out the stroke on this. So we're right now sitting at about approximately 5 inches. So it's about a 1 inch stroke. 1 inch to 3/4 inch stroke on this. And I'm sure if I read the instructions, it might even tell you that in there. But very simple to use. Like I said, I'm thinking it feels very comfortable in your hand. And then, you know, you could, standing it up, it is a little top heavy, so it's something that you would definitely want to lay down when you're not in use. Don't stand it up. And then let's check out the lock button. Yep, it locks itself out. Seems like this is a nice, good, handy tool rather than using the conventional shoulder power with the hacksaw. But what do you say, guys, we take it over to the bench and definitely check this out on different material? We're over here at the bench, and we're going to try this on a piece of scrap wood, 2x4 that I have laying around, a metal galvanized pipe, and a steel rod. So this is probably stronger than rebar. Rebar, I'm thinking, will be a little bit lighter. But anytime you're working with power tools, cutting off wheels, don't forget to wear your eye protection. And if you're working around saw blades and stuff like that, don't forget to possibly wear a pair of gloves, because this is my first time using this. I am going to wear a pair of gloves, and just in case the blade jumps or anything like that, that way my hands are somewhat protected. I could stop the saw. But what do you say we use, well, we had the metal blade in there first. So let's go with the metal. So I'm just going to throw this in the vise here. Doesn't matter what end we cut off, I guess. I was going to cut off the dirty end. We're just going to throw that in the vise here. Go a little bit shorter here. And we're just going to make a random cut. And see how this goes. Now it says it's one-handed, so let's try it one-handed. Okay, so that was one-handed and it cut through. Let's try it two hands, give it a little bit more weight on here and see how it performs. Definitely a lot faster with two hands. So that was with a piece of galvanized pipe. As you guys, if you're watching. It was definitely quicker with 2 hands. So now let's switch to the steel rod. Yep, I'm gonna have to go up here with it. And I am going to do this with 2 hands right off the door, because this is a lot stronger piece of material. Nice. It actually cut through that pretty quick. Not bad. So now what I'm going to have to do is switch the blade out. And when you do that, you always want to disconnect it or lock the tool out, disconnect it, so this way you don't accidentally pull the trigger and the saw go flying while you're changing the blade out. So we're just going to go get a wood blade now. I'm trying to figure out, should I use the short one or the longer one on this? Because if I'm cutting downwards, I would want to use the short one. I could use the short one. Or if I'm cutting this way, then I would want to use the longer one. So let's go downwards with it and see how it performs that way. So let me put my blade in here. Give it a nice little tug to ensure that it's on. And then we're just going to put the battery in. And then we were going to set up our 2x4 and see how this works for us. Like I said, this is all just for demonstration purposes here. So now we're going to try a piece of wood, which it's a lot longer length we're cutting, but I'm sure it's going to cut it at ease if it cut the 2 pieces of metal. So let's give this a shot. Yep. No problem on a piece of wood. So, the Hacksaw, pretty nice versatile tool. Like I says, I like the fact that it's battery operated. Not only can you use it on, I know one more piece of thing, something that we could try it on. Well, I'll be right back. Let's try this on a piece of wood. And why are we trying this on a piece of wood, you're probably asking yourself? Well, if you guys follow the channel, you know that driving trucks and hunting bucks my motto. And let's check. Yeah, I think I could get away with this. Driving trucks and hunting bucks is my motto, so this might be a handy pruning saw. So when I'm up in the tree stand and I need to trim a few branches off, if I cut through something this thick, then I know I'll be able to do it out in the stand on something similar to this size or smaller. So let's give this a shot. Once again, we're using the same blade. Well, as you can see, the amount of speed I was cutting at, I probably started to burn it a little bit, but definitely cut it at ease. It just took a little bit longer to do it on this type of wood versus a 2x4. And once again, this is pine. I believe this is maple. So let's get back over to the truck and I will give my final thoughts on this. And you can see here's the blade, what it did to the blade, cutting it on the regular hardwood. So maybe it's just the blade that just needs to be tuned and stuff like that, because it does look like the blade needs to be cleaned out some. Alright, well, let's head back on over to the truck and I'll give you guys my final thoughts on this and we'll go from there. So what are my final thoughts on this? Actually, I like it. It's pretty handy. It feels comfortable in the hand. I like the fact that it has multiple speeds, which I still have the battery in it. And the swivel head does, it's a little tight. It's not like it's loose, so if you're cutting around something or flat against something, it has a nice footprint that you could hold this against the object that you're cutting. Like I said, the grip feels good. It has a lockout on here, so this way it doesn't accidentally go off on you. So just a matter of getting into the habit of using that. Like right now, I don't have it on. And the fact that it also has a light on the bottom makes it real handy. So if you're underneath the vehicle, in my case would be underneath the vehicle or something like that, that would come in handy for me. And it's just, I think it's a nice versatile tool. I don't have the reciprocating saw yet, so I might get the reciprocating saw and then we'll do a comparison. I'm sure they'll probably perform some similar, if not the same. And that's it. It's a nice handy tool. With the 5.0 battery, let me lock this out. It is front heavy on it, so that gives it a little bit of weight. So this way, when you're cutting, you can have some weight on here to give it a little bit of cut. But like I said, when I was cutting that hardwood, maybe I was just pushing down too hard, going too fast to burn that. But it's a piece of wood that I was trying to simulate something that I would be doing out in nature or something like that. But overall, I think this is going to be a handy tool to my toolbox and come in good use. I really have no cons about it yet, but I would definitely put it to the use to see, and if there's a defect in it or anything like that, I'll come back and let you guys know. So hit that like, comment, and subscribe button so you don't miss the video if I find something wrong with this. Well, guys, I hope this helps you guys out and gives you guys a little demonstration. I just wanted to do that for you on the Milwaukee Hacksaw or one-handed reciprocating saw. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Till next time, I'm Joe, driving trucks and hunting bucks is how I roll with Wicked Fabz.